Alright, let's do this. Okay, so we got, what else does it say? Oh, this is very important. It says, triangle P, ooh, that's a B. PQR is similar to triangle PVC. Alright, so what does that mean? PQR. PQR. So we're going this way. Right? We're going that way with it. Okay? So this is first side, we'll call it side 1, 2, and 3, right? And then we're talking about PBC. PB, so this would be 1, 2, and 3. Does that make sense? You see how I'm labeling these? Now these are just labels, right? They're not numbers. They're just kind of letting me know, what sides should be similar to the other sides, right? Now we already know these are what we call vertical, right? So they are congruent. We already know that. So they came up with SAS, it looks like, right? Side, angle, side, right? So those things are SAS, right? Due to SAS. But that's not what they're asking us. They're saying, hey, how do I figure out this math? How am I going to figure out this side? Right? Now, there is a way of doing proportions where you can say this is to that as this is to that. Right? And that's a great way to do it. So that's a different way. We haven't done that way yet. Okay? So let's look at that way. Think, 1 is to 1, right? 1 is to 1. And this is how I like to write it. I like to write it as 1, or 28, is to equals 1, x plus 1, right? As 3 on that same other triangle, on this 28 triangle, 3, 16, is to 4. Okay? And that's how you set that up. So remember, 1 on the big triangle is to 1 on the little triangle, right? As 3 on the big triangle is to 3 on the little triangle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, and then it's just math. Now that is the definition of proportions. Proportional sides of a similar triangle, right? So this works when we're talking about proportions, when something is proportionate to the other. Okay? Anytime we're talking about something that is proportional to another thing, right? This isn't about the ratio, right? We can do it using the ratio. The ratio always works. I just thought I'd show you another way to do this problem. Okay? So, how am I going to get x alone? Are we dividing by 4? Right? So what's the opposite of dividing by 4? Multiply by 4. Right? What do I do to one side? Do the other, right? Boom, that cancels. Does the 4 cancel with the 16? How many times does 4 go into 16? 4 times. So it turns this 16 into a 4, right? Hey, wait a minute. Does 4 go into 28? Yeah. So what we come up with is 28 over 4 equals x plus 1. And that is, we multiplied on both sides. So that's a multiplication property of equality, right? But then we notice, hey, wait a minute. We can simplify this. And we say, well, 4 goes into 4 goes into 28 7 times. Right? And then we can say, well, wait a minute. I can add 1, right? And that means 8 equals x. Okay? That's not good. Because that is not right.
Would you add?
Why did you add the 1?
Oh, because I'm dumb.
Would you
Haha, thank you. Just seeing if you were paying attention. Like, that's not right. Subtract 1, right? Subtraction property of equality. So x equals, yes, 6. And that is correct. Woo! I thought I was wrong for a minute. And then I thought about it and I said,
You were.
no, I'm wrong, that I'm wrong. So I'm right. It's kind of the way it usually happens.
But you're still wrong.
I was wrong about being wrong, so I'm really right.
But
It's a double negative.
was wrong.
But in actuality, I was wrong about being wrong.
No, you didn't.
Shark's eating it up, baby. Shark is, that was good. Right?
It's good with you, bro.
All right, any questions? Before I Shark Tank you.
Yeah, what's under the 28?
The 28? A 4. Good question. The 4 came from when we multiplied both sides by 4, and the 4 went into 16 4 times. So that reduced down to a 4. Any other questions? Good?
What are those little circle things that you did?
Circle things. Oh, these were to number the sides. So in the very beginning, I wanted to make sure the sides that they're telling me are proportionate to the right sides. So when they're talking about PQR, I'm going P to Q is 1, Q to R is 2, and R to P is 3. And then when they were telling me it's similar to PBC, then P to B is 1, B to C is 2, and C to P is 3. And it just lets me know that the first side to the big triangle, right? Or the large, I called it large, didn't I? Did I put large somewhere? Yeah. Big and little. So the big, the little. And they're just kind of labeling those sides for you so that you can work it out. So you know which side is proportionate to what side. Otherwise, it's hard to see that this side is proportionate to this side, or is it proportionate to this side? We don't know unless we follow the rule of how it tells us. So it's telling us that this is your first side of this triangle. From P to Q, that's 1. So from P to B, that will be 1. Your first side. And then your second side, third side, and there you go. Better? All right.